That it? Gump Nation forever, brother.
Namath again faking, quickly finds his target.
Now cuts in. He's at the 40-yard line. He's at the 40.
Quick drop throws in the end zone.
Each number represents an expectation, a challenge that only a championship tradition can issue.
Pressure. Anders hits him. The ball is loose.
Alabama, here comes the heat. Cornelius Bennett. Whoa, did he get lit up?
It is an endless passing of the torch that urges the wearer to enrich his legacy.
Brings pressure up the middle in a hurry. They can't get away from Dante.
Alexander first down and more. Richardson breaks free on the sideline. Turns it corner. Can you say goodbye?
Because at Alabama, tradition is not retired. It is built.
I want everybody to think here for a second. How much does this game mean to you? Because if it means something to you, you can't stand still. You understand? You play fast. You play strong. You go out there and dominate the guy you're playing against and make his ass quit. That's our trademark. That's our MO with the team. That's what people know us as.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. You are down Sports with me. Another edition of Watch That Video. So, we're in the show. Let's go ahead and get the Thursday night show of what the hell going there. Yes, sir. What you got? Next guy.
Well, you was muffled up, so I come on to get you cleared up. You're good.
Okay. So let's go ahead and bring our other brother on here, Brother A.T. Deuce. There, come on in here.
He's not going anywhere. Doesn't just roll out great players. He and his staff develop them. It's all about the process.
Hey, Roll Tide, William. How you doing tonight, brother?
Hey, you got a little bit of delay there, but we're doing great there. Roll Tide to you, Spencer. Hey, we might be a little bit slow with people tonight because there's other things going on, but that's all right. We'll just have a good time with what we got here. So if you want to go ahead and take over there, Deuce, and give us what you got on last game that we had and their scores or whatever that you got.
Yeah, as everybody knows, I like to grade the offensive line, and I started grading the tight ends this past week also as well because if I can grade them and give a little better picture of what's going on up front, and as we know, we pretty much scored every time we had the ball. We missed 2 field goals and had to punt the ball one time, so evidently we graded out well. But I cannot stress enough to you that this is probably the second worst defense we played all year long. I mean, they're horrible. Middle Tennessee State and Chattanooga will be the worst 2 defenses, and LSU will be the third. But anyway, that's the bad news. Good news is our tight ends altogether graded out at 71%, which is pretty good. Mm-hmm. Our left tackle, our true freshman, Mr. Proctor, seems to be getting better. And of course, they're helping him out, with chip blocks out of the backfield and lining up tight ends with him and helping him off that initial rush, and get set. He graded out 80. That's right up there close. That's all American status at 84%. All our line graded out extremely well. Yeah. I was really happy with Proctor grading out at 84%. And then, of course, our left tackle, the man who holds that team together on across the front is Mr. Booker. He graded out at 85%. And Mr. McLaughlin, he had a couple little issues with I think he snapped the ball one time we wasn't ready and had a couple of snaps here or there. Might have been off a little bit. Otherwise, he done real well. Mr. McLaughlin, he graded out at 79%. But my favorite guy on the team right now is Mr. Jaden Roberts. He's our right guard. Took over at Texas A&M for Dalcourt when he hurt his shoulder. And Mr. Dalcourt, you getting back on the field, old buddy. I'm telling you now, Mr. Roberts graded out the highest on the team again at 87%, William. That kid has done it just exceptional. He's been starting but 4 or 5 games, and 87% is unreal.
Yeah, that's real good.
Then our last one that I got on here is Mr. Latham. He's our right tackle. He's going to be a first-round pick when he leaves out, but he graded out 84%. So, again, everybody's grading in the 80s except for our center, but he was at 79%. And that's how you score 42 points in a game and how you control the ball game and how you keep the ball on your side a little better and keep it away from other teams when your offensive line grades out at such high percentages. We had some, I think we were 11 of 13 or 11 of 14 on third down conversions, William.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I don't think so.
You can't do much better, that's for damn sure. But everybody wants to complain about the hit, and they want to call about, trying to call Dallas Turner names. And that's the way when me and you grew up watching football, playing football, that's how you used to form tackle. That's a perfect form tackle. It wasn't targeting. It was probably roughing the passer because it landed on him. Nowadays, if you land on the quarterback, they want to throw a roughing the passer penalty on you. But after their first drive to start the third quarter, they scored on their first drive in the third quarter, right? Went up 28-21 on us.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Well, here's the biggest stat of the night. After that, first drive in the third quarter, from that point on, from 11-14 in the third quarter to the end of the game, LSU's total offensive output was 70 yards. 70 yards. Take away that one drive where they scored that touchdown, their total output was 70 yards, and that's unbelievable. I mean, it's Kevin still makes his adjustments halftime. I'm going to start calling him the boa constrictor because, buddy, he just tightens down and just chokes you out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So who was the one that had the 79%? Was that that wasn't Dalcourt, was it?
No, it's McLaughlin, Seth McLaughlin, our starting center. He had 79%, which again is real good, but everybody else is just a little better than him on each one of these. Which, if you hit 79%, that's winning football. By all means.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not trying to fuss too much on him.
Yeah, that's over the 3 quarters. So I think that's an improvement from what he was doing. Wasn't he doing like 74 or something?
Yeah, he was grading down in the low 70s earlier in the year. But he graded well. 88. The last game he was actually 81%, and then against A&M he was 76%. So 76% is where he's been grading out for the last 3-4 games. 76, 81, and then 79 today. This last game. So. Yes, sir. He's been grading out pretty good, but it's just happened to be the low end of the totem pole.
All righty then. You got anything else on any of the grading there, or anything else special you want to talk about the last game, or besides a big hit, that if you want to expand some more on that, go ahead, man. Feel free, because there's some that's it's saying that was a legal hit, which is football, man. Shit.
He got hit hard, and it was a hard lick, and I understand it looked worse. It probably is worse, and so anytime you hit a quarterback nowadays like that, and you drive him to the ground, you're going to tick off the other team's players and other team's coaches, and then you're going to get all this, oh, he hit him too hard. Well, listen, if you don't want to get hit, go play badminton.
Or basketball, man.
Yeah, there you go. This football is supposed to be rough. It ain't nothing soft about it. That's why only 1% or 1% get to play in the NFL. There's a whole lot of people that wanted to play pro football that don't get the chance. And so Mr. Turner is showing he's got the ability, and he's going to be a pro. He'll be a first-round pick when he leaves out this year. Ain't no doubt about it. Him and Will Anderson both made out of the same mold. They're going to hit you and they're going to hurt you if you ain't careful. So they can fuss all they want about it, but it's a clean lick. And I know they said roughing the passer, but that's football. And so to hell with them if they don't like it, and they just lump it.
All right then. Yeah, roll tide, everybody. Linda P, all of you, Todd, Coleman, Spencer. Yeah, he was the first one in here, brother. We salute you, man. How about that icebox putting up that little square up there on the top right, man? We're missing it. And I done said a couple of words. Thank you, sir.
There it is.
6-0, glad to have you, man. And if I missed anybody because I done passed all that, well, you're still welcome. Glad you're here. So, all right, then, do you want to, anything else you want to say on that, or do you want to go on to our next topic, which should be, we're going to go on with Kentucky or next. And then we got something special later on, folks. So just stick around. We got something real special.
Spencer, I'm sorry. Spencer asked what thought about the first half, the LSU game, and it's one of them where you sit there and you say, well, no, and then yeah, kind of things, and then it was a horse race back and forth. I didn't know if we was going to make the proper adjustments, but we did. We started putting 4 or 5 men on the line instead of 3 or 4. We put 5, so we took away his running lanes. And we was going to start shutting him down, and I agree with him. We did go smaller so we could catch him better, and we was shutting him down the second half. It was a matter of time. It wasn't going to be a keep on horse, a boat race, so to speak. We was going to keep on pushing and pulling until we got what we wanted. But the first half, again, we come out slow. The first series with 6 plays, we had to punt the ball away. For some reason, I don't know what it is about the first series of downs this year. We cannot get a point on the board. We've had 1 touchdown all year long on the opening drive, and that's against Middle Tennessee State. So, again, that really don't count because that was Middle Tennessee State. But the first half, it was nip and tuck, and the way it ended right there at the end of the first half, man, I was wanting to tear my house apart. And a good thing I wasn't at the house because I was hotter than hell. We let them come down there and score that fast, I'm like, oh, no. And, that's what Tennessee done to us. They scored real quick. So I have no idea why, Mr. Spencer, why our defense does that. With a minute to go, it's like they forget how to play defense. No, I don't understand it. It drove me absolutely batshit.
I know what you mean. It's for some reason we get them slow starts or something other on in the first half, but hell, we fucking come back and ball the fuck out, man. I love that in the second half.
Kevin still shows the difference between him and Pete Golden. Last year, Pete Golden could not, would not, or whatever you want to describe it, could not make adjustments for second half to do anything different. And when Kevin Steele comes out and he shows you how he makes his adjustments in the second half. It ain't by no coincidence Tennessee didn't score, and ain't no coincidence Ole Miss didn't do anything hardly, and there's no coincidence LSU didn't do much in the second half. Even if their quarterback would have been in there, they'd have done a little bit better, but not a lot. Because he didn't go out to about the fourth quarter. So now 11:59 in the fourth quarter is when he went out for the rest of the game. And we was already shutting him down from the word go.
Roll Tide, I'm trying to finish up Mr. Evan Williams here. It's just a little bit left, so I'm just drinking straight for the bottle tonight there.
Yeah, Mr. Steele's all the difference in the world for us. He's really made a big difference this year. If we'd had him last year, I think we'd won the whole damn thing, brother.
Yeah, I'm glad we got him myself. I'm just thrilled to death that we got Kevin Steele, man. He's younger than me, but just by a year or so. I wish him plenty of health there and just keep right on going, man. So, yeah, Mr. Evan Williams straight. Yeah, eggnog, though. So, that's what I mean. Let me see if I can give you that right there now, right? So, it's says it's 15% alcohol by volume. Well, alcohol, and it's 30 proof. So, 30 proof. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm usually got a glass with some ice in it, but tonight it's just straight out of the bottle, which might be rough because ain't much air getting to it. So
I hear you, big man.
Yeah.
But well, I know this week we got Deontay Lawson's going to miss this game, so I think not Blackshire. I forgot the kid's name now, number 30. Either him or Tresman Marshall's going to take over for Deontay on calling the defensive plays because they're saying he's out anyhow. Let me put it that way. His ankle, I don't know what he done, but he done it bad enough that he's going to be out for this game. For this particular week, and then not that we particularly got to have him, but if we get by this week, he don't need to play next week either. Save him for Auburn, let that ankle get 100% healed up because Chattanooga couldn't beat us if we put our cheerleaders out there playing wide receiver.
Okay. I'm glad you think so because if we don't show up, we could lose that one if we don't show up. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Of course, Melrose, he's finally for the first time last night when I seen him make decisive decisions. He took off and he ran when he was supposed to, and he didn't lollygag around. He got gone. So our offense done what it's supposed to do. But again, that's the worst defense in the SEC this year by far. I mean, it ain't even close, man. I think Vanderbilt's a better defense than LSU. They just don't have the offense.
Yeah, Spencer's got a question for you. Did you see that? Did you see improvement in Milrose passing?
I tell you what, he started looking like old Bryce Young there a couple times when he was running like he was fixing to be sacked. He'd done that little pop pass over to McClellan down the sideline for about 50 yards. I got Bryce Young running down my spine. Yes, sir. His short, immediate passing game is better. He was hitting out routes, the corner out routes, not the dig. He's catching, and the only thing that really upset me, he overthrew two receivers. One of them was wide open. You seen as well as I did. I forgot what receiver it was.
Yeah, I remember that.
He overthrew Mari Nyblack on one that would have been a touchdown, and overthrew Bond one time for a touchdown, but went on and scored down anyway. So, I mean, overall, it didn't hurt anything except for his passing grade.
Spencer says our cheerleader got great hands. I don't know that. Hands for what?
I knew where you was going. As soon as he said that, I knew where you was going, William.
Well, yeah, 6-0's got a question for us there. What's our plan and strategy on beating this Blue Man group we're going to? It's 7:17 our Central Time, so we can start on the Blue Man group now if you want to, unless you got something else to say.
No, sir, I'm good. I appreciate that game, but what you got about the Kentucky question just now?
Just continue the pace that we've been on. Just keep handling things in the defense, and we've been doing pretty good on the offense. It's not great. We're not blowing the hell out of people, but we're all right. We're doing great. We're going to get into that probably later on too. So, but yeah, we're doing. I mean, we're beating them by 14 points, the ones that we play. And these teams here that we got, this is what concerned me a little bit about this because they're not ranked and we're beating teams by 14. I think we need to up that up against non-ranked teams, especially during the end of the season there. What do you think on that, brother?
Yeah, we need style points. That's the reason why we ain't up any higher. Oregon and Texas in front of us with one loss each. I know Texas beat us earlier in the year, but Texas seems to have regressed a little bit, and I don't mean a whole lot, but they've regressed a little. And I know I've seen where Quinn Ewers is going to be playing this Saturday night, so they got no excuse about their quarterback being out hurt. We are playing better on a week-to-week basis, and it's just a matter of time. It's coming, and against Kentucky, we're going to do a little different style probably against them than what we did against LSU. I don't think Kentucky can stop our running game. I just don't, man. Especially if Milroe keeps, running when he's supposed to, like he did against LSU, it's going to be impossible to stop him. I think Jalen Ware, I seen something. I think he might actually be in a Heisman contention somehow. I don't know how far down the list he is after having to sit out the game against South Florida. since then he's gotten better every week, and he's definitely earned my respect for what he's doing. He's doing a wonderful job.
There's a question for you right there. Spencer gave you on the last game there about Will Reichert missing those 2 field goals. What do you think? Are you worried about that?
No, I ain't worried about it. How about you? I don't. He just. I think his plant foot might have been off just a little because he pushed both of them to the right just enough to where it didn't, hook back in. So I tell you, that's the worst job in the world with the most pressure for the most bang for the buck. If he makes that field goal, it's a big jump, and if he don't make it, it could be a loss. Like Tennessee, I'd hate to be a field goal kicker. There ain't no damn way. There's just too much pressure on one kick. I couldn't get it off the damn ground. I'd hit the center in the ass when I kicked it.
Oh yeah, especially whenever you got some yardage to make up, whereas just a regular extra point's not that far, is it? But whenever it's a field goal, that's a little different story. It could be, 5, 10, even hell, maybe 20 or more yards back from the extra point spot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I ain't worried about Will Reichert. That's his first 2 misses a year. He got it out of his system, so now they'll shut up and trying to quit jinxing him on there. He's made 23 in a row. He's made 24 in a row. He's made 25 in a row. Now they can shut the hell up.
There you go, Miss Linda. You're right on that there. Nobody's perfect. That's right. Yeah, he's looked at that and he feels bad. I'm pretty sure he does. But hey, brother, he knows this is Alabama. We just gonna keep encouraging, and you just keep right on going, brother. If you're listening to this,
I agree with you 110%. Yeah, for those that wanted to blame Will Reichert for last year's Tennessee loss, there's a whole lot of blame to go around a whole lot of people. We couldn't stop that Hyatt kid with 3 defensive backs. I mean, he just went by us every time, just run by us 3 or 4 times. I mean, you can't blame that on a field goal kicker. I know a lot of people might, but I blame, and of course flags play a part in the game. But, when you intercept that ball and run it back, and in 30 seconds, it seems like after the play's over, if somebody throws a flag in the end zone down at the other end saying it's a pass interference call. So I guess we all put our blame somewhere.
Oh yeah. It's a shame that people want to start pointing fingers and stuff. But if I was to point anything for last year, it would be our coordinators.
Yeah,
because we see that we've got a few of the same players that was on last year's team that's came back this year, and see what they're doing now. It's a big difference between the coordinators.
Yes, sir. I think both of them were being too. Their defense and offense was too hard to run. You had too many A, B, C's, D's, E's. If this happens, do that. If this happens, do this. You're just taking athleticism away from the player, and instead of letting him play football, he was too busy thinking, what am I supposed to do? And by the time he thought about it, the guy done run by him.
Yeah.
But you're right. The offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator are better this year than we had last year.
Yeah. I agree with B-Jam there. Still can adjust and shut Kentucky's running game down in the third quarter. I hope he does it all the time, all through all 4 quarters. But
yes, sir.
What about Spencer's question there? Do you think Stripes called Bama tight against Kentucky after Dallas good hit?
They do scout the referees and try to let the players know this guy calls holding a little more than this guy, or this guy calls pass interference a little more, because if you're too handsy, this guy might call a late hit or a targeting a little more so maybe than this guy. So they do scout the refs. I didn't know they did that. I just thought they knew of them, but they actually scout refs to see how tight they will call a certain play because of a hit, and they might be Spencer. They might be looking for that kind of hit again, and then they could they could throw a flag, like you're making innuendo to there. I believe they would. I think they're gonna call it tighter against Will because of the hit last week. I hope they don't, but if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. I mean, we just got to hope they call it fair both ways. If you call it both ways, that's fine with me.
Yeah, Linda P said Dallas going to give somebody a personal introduction or something like that. Because this done went on past me there or something. Dallas is going to introduce himself to somebody.
I do hope that Jaden Daniels is okay. You never want a kid to get hurt just because he plays for the other team. You might want to put him out for your game and him come back next week, and that's fine. Just, you never want to see a kid get hurt like that because, he's just out there trying to make the best of what he can with what he's got. So, Mr. Jaden Daniels, if this somehow gets back to you, I hope you're okay and everything straightens out for you, son.
Yeah. TR, I see you out there. Yeah. You're going to cut me out of being a gentleman, man. Gee, I'm a gentleman and a scholar, man. What are you talking about? Especially when it comes to Alabama football, man. Shit. I know a little bit. I don't know everything about Alabama, but I know a damn good bit. Roll down Tide and we've had two goats in our midst there. And well, actually, I think, I don't know, I'll go as far back as Wallace Wade. Because that man, what he did with that team there, and we started winning national championships there, man, yeah. So on down through there, kudos to all of them, man. So yes, sir.
We got a new one in the chat tonight, I guess. Mario Gordon. I've never seen him. Hello, Mr. Gordon. Thank you for showing up, coming in and talking with us. Have fun, man. We like to have new people show up all the time.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
I had never seen him. I don't know if you've seen him with him or not, but he's a good.
Maybe once or so, maybe somewhere might have seen him. But what was that today? He said that big one. I can't see it's done went past me there. Something about I think Bama should be a higher rank than 8th.
Yeah, somebody said somebody said they think it should be a higher rank than 8th.
There it is.
Texas, they're in front of us, and the rest of them are undefeated. So it's
we're going to get into that here in a little bit. So yeah, we sure are, because we're going to talk. I know the title says Kentucky You're Next, and there that is right. We got to go up to Kroger Field and meet the Blue Man groups, what I call them, because they are the Wildcats. And why on earth is a wildcat a blue animal? I've never seen that myself, but that's what they got. So, you got anything you want to start off with them, or?
Well, I watched a little bit about Kentucky this year, and I watched that running back they got, Ray Davis. He's a good running back. Excuse me. He's the heart and soul of that team, that offense for Kentucky. And, of course, their quarterback, Devin Leary, is a good quarterback. He'd be good on any team in the SEC, including Kentucky, but he's better than average quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's doing well. He's got a couple of receivers he likes to throw to. Primarily, it's the 2 wide receivers. Then, of course, like I said, when you was talking, Kentucky's a little bit right-handed. They can run to the left, but they like running behind their right side more than they do their left after watching that Florida game and stuff. And every time it seemed like Davis had a big run except for one, and he was always to the right side.
Yeah. Tennessee held him to about 75 yards. Who's he talking about? I guess that's their running back or something, I guess.
Tennessee's defense, when they played Kentucky, they held that Ray Davis to 75 yards rushing. So I think he's talking about. I think Ken's a Tennessee fan.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember him now. I remember him. So, all righty. You ready to get into this other that we've got planned, or you want to spend some more on this Kentucky here?
Kentucky just don't impress me that much. I mean, they started out, everybody thought they was going to be good, and then because they ran and done so good against Florida, they play against a real team, and Georgia just absolutely wiped the field with them, man. So, I mean, Kentucky, they're not a threat unless we let them stay in the game or something along them lines, play down to their abilities or something. But go ahead, go with what you got. I know you had some stuff you was wanting to get on, so let's get on what you got going on, Mr. Will.
Yeah. Spencer says, roll them if you got them.
Roll
That's
them
not
if you
just
got 'em.
us, man. Yeah. I wish I had some, man. I sure would. I go, but I ain't got it, so oh well. But what we've got here, folks, and I don't know if y'all noticed this here, and I might be beating a dead horse there, you know, and I shouldn't be beating it, but I do because it kind of bothers me. It really, really, really bothers me. And that's just what they got called. We was going by what? The coaches poll, and we was going with the AP poll before. But then you got this fucking group that we got now. And they think they are gods, okay? They call themselves a CFP or the College Football Playoff and Committee. And whoever they are, I was going to write down their names, and I didn't have time for some reason. I got caught up in something, but I didn't get their names. I wanted to call them out one by one, but we're going to go over the schedule of okay. First off, let's go ahead. I wrote down the top 10 they got down. And this is from them, motherfuckers. Ohio State, 9-0. Georgia, 9-0. Michigan, 9-0. Florida State, 9-0. That gets you top 4. Then you got Washington, 9-0. Oregon, 8-1. Texas, 8-1. Alabama, 8-1. Old Piss, 8-1. And Penn State, 8-1. Okay? And we've decided that we're going to break this down and just look at some of this here strength of schedule that they got, some of the ones that they've already played. We're going to discuss that, and then who they're going to play. And we're going to compare the shit and see that what we've already done. We already know who we played, and we played one of the hardest damn conference in it is, SEC, and we're going to go over them right now. Okay, I've got Ohio State, and then AT will take it from there, and he'll do the second, I'll do the third, and he'll do the fourth, and then we'll do that way. So anyway, Ohio State, because they're sitting at number 1 spot, well, they played Indiana. They beat them 23-3. Go ahead.
We pause this for a simple reason.
Okay.
Bam Down Sports will not be responsible or held in action of the opinions and views of William Bryant and Alabama Tide. Any hate mail, lawsuits, or anything to that such nature will be directly toward them. Not Bam Down Sports. Thank you very much. Y'all have a nice evening.
Hey, I got big shoulders. I ain't got no money, so nothing from nothing means nothing. Okay, that's what my buddy. Well, I don't have a shirt on there. I should have wore his shirt, I guess. But that's what my buddy Randy Savage would say. Nothing means nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I don't care. This is what who they played. Fucking Indiana. Who the fuck is Indiana? They beat them. Okay, 23-3. Okay, we'd expect that. Youngstown State. Who the fuck are they? Ohio State beat them 35-7. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Western Kentucky. Who the hell are they? They ain't even what I call them a damn little junior college school. What I'd call them 35-7. Okay. Notre Dame, the first one, ranked one, 17-14, barely beat them by fucking 3. Really? And this fucker's at number 1 now. Maryland, 37-17. Okay, that's not a real big blowout. I mean, they did gain. That's 20 points. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Well, I see. Yeah, 20 points. Okay, Purdue. Who the hell are they? 41-7. Okay, hell, we could beat them that. Okay. Penn State, they was number 7 at the time, 20-12, okay? And then you got Wisconsin, 24-10. That's a decent team, but they beat them by 14, okay? Rutgers, They're unranked 35-16. They let them get 16 points, man. And then this is who they got still to play now. This is who they've got still to play. They've got Michigan State, number 10, in their strength of schedule. Okay. Then they got Minnesota, number 7, in their strength of schedule. And then they got Michigan, number 47, in their strength of schedule. So what? They got 2 kind of hard, and then they got Michigan. I mean, Michigan is number 47, and Michigan's number 3. This fucking motherfucker damn fucking committee has got them at 3, and they're number 47 in their strength of goddamn schedule. Give me a goddamn break. What the hell? Go ahead. You got
I hear you, big man. I don't blame you. It is irritating. Some of these schedules, some of these come out with, and they say we don't schedule it, we can't help it, and all this. And so I come up with I got to draw Georgia, so I draw a short end of the stick on this. And Georgia, as everybody knows, had the easiest schedule in the country this year. Georgia's actual strength of schedule is number 43. And for reference purposes, Alabama, we got the strength of schedule, number 3 in the country. Number 3, not 13 or anything past that, but number 3. So Georgia starts out with UT Martin, 48-7. Ball State, 45-3. South Carolina, 24-14. Then UAB, 49-21. So UT Martin, Ball State, and UAB are 3 of their first 4 games. I mean, that's just horrible. Then they play a team with a slight heartbeat in Auburn and damn near get beat. They beat Auburn 27-20. Then they play Kentucky and they walk over them. Like I said, Kentucky thought they were somebody. They played somebody and beat them 51-13. Play that game with Kentucky. Then they play Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt hung 20 on them, but at one point Vanderbilt's actually ahead of Georgia for earlier in the game, but Georgia beat them 37-20. Then they play Florida, who's probably the second or third worst team in our conference this year, and they beat them 43-20. Then last week, excuse me, they actually do play a team that maybe had a chance of actually coming into the game, Missouri. And they beat Missouri 30-21, which is a little misleading. That game was closer than the score indicated. But right here's a game of the month for Georgia, game of the year for Georgia. They got Ole Miss coming up now, so Ole Miss will be their toughest team they play this year by a long shot. I think Lane Kiffin maybe have a little something for them. I think that game's in Sanford Stadium though, so that's going to be a big home cooking for Georgia. Their fans will show up. Their fans will show out. You got to give them credit for being that. They are what they are. I know some have Mississippi, Ole Miss, maybe actually, upsetting Georgia. So, but anyway, so Ole Miss is 10th ranked in the country. So that'll be 2 hard games back to back. Then they actually get to go play Tennessee, excuse me. Then Tennessee's ranked 14th. They're in the middle right now. They're the hardest stretch of the year. They got Missouri, Mississippi, or Ole Miss, and then they play Tennessee. And of course, their last game of the year is against Georgia Tech. They just don't have a chance in the moon of beating Georgia. So I mean, they had the easiest schedule in the SEC this year. They come out with a number 43 schedule, and they absolutely proved it. And we know they took Oklahoma off their schedule, and they're trying to say they didn't do it. They didn't do it. Well, fuck it. We didn't want Texas off our schedule. We played them, so why did Oklahoma get took off your schedule? What's up, Mr. Icebox?
Question for you guys. And here you go. Do you know just as well as I do, if we're going to try to make it to the Final Four, we're going to have to beat Georgia? Okay? Either 1 point or 20 points, who cares? The next few games, we want to try to really kind of rack up some points on Kentucky and Chattanooga and Auburn. Okay? Come on, guys. We all really know we don't see much of a challenge, but stranger things have happened. What I really want to know, In order to get in there, we're going to have to beat Georgia. Now, do you want Georgia unbeaten? Or would you rather have Georgia with a loss of Tennessee or Ole Miss or both? How do you want to face Georgia? Because if you lose to Tennessee, Ole Miss is in the West, so that really won't matter. It's just going to hurt them in the playoff deal in their ranking. Tennessee would hurt them in playing for the East. So how would you want to face Georgia this year?
Go ahead, William.
Well, by what you said now is one loss Georgia could still play us in the SEC championship, right?
Not necessarily. I'm kind of wondering if they lose to Tennessee. I think Tennessee's only got one loss in the East, and that would be a head-to-head deal. So I think Tennessee would probably be there.
You think they would?
Very much so.
Why? I don't know what their strength of schedule's been though. That's probably
that don't matter.
you don't think so?
What matters is where you're at in the East and in the West. We can lock it up with a win against Kentucky, no doubt. Okay, if we was to lose to Kentucky, we can still lock it up with Auburn. We can still go. Okay. If Tennessee has only lost, I don't think they've lost any East games. I don't think they have. Come on, guys. I don't stay up with Tennessee. But if Georgia happens to lose to Tennessee, that's a head-to-head match. Tennessee would go.
Oh, somebody's trying to start some shit out there. Let me answer TR. I'm not even going to give him that acknowledgement. So fuck him. I don't care. We'll face a pissed off fucking damn jog if that's what it takes. I don't know. I hope Tennessee, Ken, I see you out there. Man, I hope y'all beat the hell out of them. But it ain't gonna be the hell beat out of them. But y'all beat them possibly. I'd love to see that. I'm okay with face. I think a one loss Georgia and them being ranked where they're at, they're number 2. If they get one loss, they may go to 4. We can still play them. They ain't gonna take them out. I don't see them taking them out. If they do, then I'll be shocked. That's what we're talking about the damn committee anyway, these motherfuckers. They don't. The fact is, they don't want us in there. But whenever we come there to the Bama Dome and beat their ass in the Bama Dome in Atlanta, then, see, they're going to think different, see? And then I might bring them on out there from number 4 or whatever. But, I don't know. But y'all go ahead. I'm on this shit.
Myself, I'd rather Georgia be undefeated simply because it would help our strength of schedule. And if you want to say it like that, you beat the number 1. If they're number 1 at the time or 2 ranked team, and that'll help us get past Texas, because if Texas wins their conference after beating us head-to-head, it's going to be hard to get by them boys.
Well, Tom Reed said Tennessee lost to Florida. Okay, but if they beat Georgia, you see where I'm going with that? That's a one loss in the East to Georgia, too. So it could very well be Tennessee. It could. Am I thinking right, guys? And when I say guys, I'm talking about chat room. Y'all straighten me out if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And by the way, Ken, I hope you like your name in crimson, because there it is, baby. Don't it look good?
I don't think Tennessee goes to Atlanta if they beat Georgia. I don't think that one. I don't believe it would.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think Tennessee. I don't think can do a revenge game this year. I would rather face Georgia. To be honest with you, and I'd rather have them at a undefeated deal. Reason being is, like you said, that it shows up better on us, but it also gives Georgia no excuses. And like I told you today, if we play Georgia in the SEC game, and hopefully everybody's healthy, I look at it this way. if we lose, and I'm glad Spencer's not on here, but if we lose, then I have to take hats off to Georgia. I will finally give them what I call the respect that they deserve. I can't do that until they do that. When they beat us legitimately, okay, in the SEC game or anywhere else, I will tip the hat. Okay,
Never.
Have to.
Never.
I know you, but I'm talking about for me personally. I will tip my hat and wish them luck. Be honest with you, as I would rather see an SEC team national champion than anybody else. To be honest with you, so. Oh, okay. Tennessee already lost a game. Did they lose to Florida? Is that what you're telling me, Tom? And if so, what does that really matter? Because if you play Georgia head-to-head and you beat them, then everybody's got one. And you would probably take the Tennessee because Tennessee beat Georgia.
That's the TR, man. You see what he says? I don't love that state to the right of Alabama for all the damn money you got, man. For all the money you got. I never love that.
Big Jam and I. Go ahead, William. I'm sorry. You had a little burp there. Finish up, son. I'm sorry.
It's got some beautiful countryside, but nah. They other than that,
I love the state of Tennessee and
I'm
Georgia.
talking about
I love the pines. Georgia's got pines, and I like the South. South's pretty cool too.
Yeah. But you talking about you talking about a one-loss jogger. Let's go ahead and see that now on our list that we got right now as it stands in the standings and the rankings. The one loss would move Washington up because they're 9-0 unless they lose this weekend. That'll move Jogga out of the picture to number 5. It should, if they think of one losses, because after number 5, you start your one losses down there. So,
okay,
if you look at that.
Now we've said all that, okay, and that's just some iffies and whatever. Right. I'm like AT. I would rather see a full strength Georgia. That way, when we win, we will win. So Spencer won't give me no grief. We can move up in the rankings, I hope. So that being said, we're back to the committee.
Yeah.
And your strength of schedules and all that kind of stuff that you have brought up. So how do you think the path would be, or what are the scenarios for it to take to get us in the playoffs?
As far as I'm concerned, we got to win out of everyone. We done lost our one game, so we can't lose again. So if Georgia doesn't lose and Georgia's undefeated when we play them the SEC championship game, I can't see the committee keeping out a one-loss SEC champion. There just ain't no way. I mean, I can't see it. I mean, that's the only way, though. We have to win every game. Don't nobody else have to lose, especially don't want Georgia lose until we beat them.
William?
Okay, so he just got done with number 2. Let me give you a little bit about number 3, and this may answer your question there.
Okay. All right.
This is from ESPN's Chris Lowe. He says Michigan has got the easiest Power 5 non-conference schedule. Second season in a row, they've had the easiest. Doesn't even face a single Power 5 opponent. Now, how the hell can they be number 3 if they don't even face a Power 5 all their damn schedule and shit? I mean, I can go over it if you want to. We're getting a little bit close on time, so, I can go through their list of who they play, but that's up to y'all. I mean, you want me to go through it or not? Y'all just tell me in the chat, and I'll do it if you want me to. But East Carolina, Las Vegas, really? Bowling Green, really? Rutgers, really? Nebraska, really? And y'all sitting in fucking number 3, really? Minnesota, come on, man. Indiana, come on. Michigan State, Purdue, give me a goddamn break. And they're sitting where they're at. Pisses me off. God damn it. Y'all fucking committees can go fuck that. How about that? The committee, fuck you.
Get them, Will. Get them.
I'm in there. Bullshit. Okay. Go ahead now if you want to go with number 4. Because we still got 2 more to go after that. So go ahead. I mean, Icebox got something. I was going to call your real name, but everybody knows it anyway. But go. Brother. You go ahead.
No, you're fine. I just want to make sure you got stirred up. That's all.
Yeah,
you was fired up when you wasn't even drinking this morning when I was talking to you. So no, you're doing fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's talking about the next team we got in this book was Florida State. We got to look at their schedule and see what they've done as far as how they've handled themselves this year. And so, I mean, when you walk back the schedule and look back all the way back to the first game of the year against, excuse me, I'm having a hard time.
It's all right.
It was against LSU, and they handled LSU pretty good. They beat them by 21 points, first game of the year. Should have told us right then what LSU didn't have much of a defense, getting beat by 45-24. Then they play Southern Miss, Boston College, and then, of course, Clemson ain't what we thought they were. They beat Clemson 31-24. And Virginia Tech and Syracuse, they beat them handily. And, of course, Duke. Duke's probably the second best team this year in the ACC. Well, maybe North Carolina. But Duke had them for a while. Of course, Florida State pulls it out at the end. They beat them 38-20 pretty handily. And, of course, they play Wake Forest and then Pittsburgh. Now who they got left on their schedule is Miami, Florida. And believe it or not, they play my school, UNA. Excuse me. And then they play Florida last game of the year. So, I mean, their schedule overall is just horrible. I mean, it's the ACC is weak schedule. I mean, it's going to be like the Pac-10 for long. I think they're going to get rated, and then the ACC ain't going to exist no more to whatever extent. But, I mean, that's just horrible. I mean, Florida State's strength of schedule is 50. Ranked 50th. Alabama's, again, is ranked 3rd. Strength of schedule is ranked 3rd. So, again, back to your question, Icebox earlier, if we win out, we're in because our strength of schedule is 3rd. And then we played Georgia in the SEC championship. Georgia's strength of schedule is 43. If Georgia loses that game against Alabama in the SEC championship game, they're not going to make the playoffs. They I don't see how they could. With that strength of schedule being 43rd, the first lost team behind them will sneak up in front of them.
What did I'm sorry, Icebox. Can you go back to what he said? Because I got to where it says Linda P. Cuss, William Cuss. Down below that, Tiara said something about beating fucking West beating. Fuck you. You know who that's gonna be. That's gonna be us, you know. Y'all gonna face us down. There you go. You ain't gonna make no goddamn example. Hell, you ain't play no goddamn body. So when you do play somebody, come and talk to me, all right? Come and talk to me.
Well, Tom Reed, you're going to get your wish.
You know, whoa.
Hey.
I like you, but goddamn, man. Get you some damn brains up here. Goddamn, man. Y'all ain't played shit, man.
Get him, Will. Get him.
All right. Who's ranked number 1, William?
Number 1 is Ohio State Buckeyes.
Okay. And who is number 3?
Michigan.
They play each other. So I'm going to ask this question. Ohio State got a good schedule?
Ohio State's ranked 11th in strength of schedule. So they do have the best schedule as far as the top 6 go. They got the next best strength of schedule.
They played they played 2 ranked teams so far. That's it. We played 4 already. 4. Us.
All right. What I'm trying to get at is Michigan ain't played nobody. Ohio State's All right. If Michigan happens to lose to Ohio State, they're going to drop. It's been the tendency of the rankings. I'm going to just go that route to only drop them like 4, no more than 5. Okay. We're sitting at 8. Okay. Yeah. So if Michigan loses, how far should they fall? should they fall below Florida State? And let's see who else is. I think after Florida State, there's Washington and Washington.
Washington and Oregon.
But Oregon's only lost one game.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. From what I'm hearing, Washington may lose a game. Ohio State or Michigan, one of them's going to have to lose. No doubt about it. There is a possibility of Washington, Florida State, and I don't think Texas, but there might be. Okay. So we know one of them's going to be gone. How's it all going to fall out?
Okay. Washington plays Utah next, and they're 16. In the order, they're 16, and then they're 16 according to their guru rankings. They're number 16. So that would be the game that will tell all about Michigan, or whichever one that you was talking about.
Ohio State and Michigan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, AT? You see what the direction that this could go. It can go several directions. The main thing is Alabama has got to win everything from here on out just to get to the Final Four.
I agree with you. You got another style points come in maybe with this committee. If you got to have style points instead of beating a team 28-17 and pulling your foot off the gas and not wanting to rub it in like Nick Saban does, you might want to go and keep your foot on the gas and put 45 on them if you can. I'm sorry, it makes the other team look so bad, but if you want in the playoffs, you got to win all of them, and you need to win with style. When we go to play Auburn down at Auburn, that Voodoo Down Stadium, and we're going to have to put the dogs on them. We're going to have to unleash hell on them. We're going to have to put I want to beat them by at least 3 touchdowns because Auburn really isn't no good this year. Their quarterback, he's horrible. And they gave Georgia hell. So if we go down there and beat the hell out of Auburn and then get an SEC championship game and beat Georgia by 10 or more, I don't think there's any shape, form, of fashion.
One point of
one, I agree. If we win by 10, we're definitely going to be able to get in the championship game. The playoffs.
How's that? Go ahead, William.
Well, if you got something to rebut with him, okay, but I want to address fucking TR out there. He's talking about this motherfucking damn team's a goddamn fucking dangerous bullshit. They ain't no danger. Boise State, really? Goddamn Tulsa, really? Michigan State, really? California, really? Arizona, or people call it Arizona. Really? Really? Oregon, really? Arizona State, really? Stanford, maybe okay. USC, maybe okay. Dangerous? Hell. 2 or 3? Hell. They ain't dangerous. They can suck my damn. Well, never mind. Go ahead. I shouldn't say that, but go ahead. They can suck a baby.
All right. I want you to see something because this is what I really do love. Okay. And this is why college football is the greatest sport. I couldn't agree with Tom no more than that. Because he's absolutely right. This is why I love college football. Okay. So, what I'm trying to say is if you win the SEC, let's see, I think somebody just put it here. Was it Spencer?
Yeah, you're right there. You got it pulled up right now, Icebox.
Nope. I don't know how I done that. They could keep us out of the playoffs. Because if we're number 8 and we beat Georgia and we knock them down to 5 or 6 and we don't really move, well, I guess we might move up to 5 or 7. Both of us is out. We won't have an SEC team in there. I don't know of a year that we have not had an SEC team in the Final Four for anything for that matter.
Yeah. You can always have a committee.
All right, well,
go ahead.
Let's say that. Let's say we don't make it into the Final Four. Would not beating Georgia be the best game this year for us? Because then we would have 3 revenges, you might say. You've got Tennessee, we got LSU, And if and when we beat Georgia, that will be kind of like 3. I think it would probably be the most achieving year that we have ever really had as far as an Alabama team that was told that they were not going anywhere this year. What do you think?
Go ahead, William.
I think that would be our greatest win because they're in the top 4. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah,
I'm talking about with all the trash talking and all that kind of stuff, which has been fun. It has. But I believe as far as dominance of showing that we are back, we need to beat Georgia.
I agree 110%. Well, the thing about this team I really love this year, and everybody loves it also, and I ain't saying nothing everybody else don't know, is that defense is coming to hit you. They're not laying back, reading, and going and reacting. They're going, they're sign points, and they're coming with ill intentions. And when they get there, they're going to hurt you just like they did Jaden Daniels. They're coming to hit hard. And we look better on defense we have in 3 or 4 years, and that style of defense can dominate. And then all of a sudden, Jalen Milroe decides he gets decisive and he takes off and he throws the ball. I mean, next thing you know, we're beating teams 45-10 and stuff like that. So I just really think if we win out, we're in. But they're going to try, like you say, they're going to try to keep SEC out this year because we're ranked 8th. I know Texas beat us, and I know Oregon's only lost 1 game too. But Bama homer here, obviously. But I think we should be in front of both of them because if Texas struggling last week, if that coach for Kansas State don't kick, if he kicks a field goal instead of goes for it on 4, he might have won that game. Might not have won the game, but that had a better opportunity. But Kansas State had their number the entire game, so I think Texas has regressed as the years went on. And we progressed, and I think we're a better team than Texas and Oregon right now.
I do too. I couldn't agree more. William,
I believe we'd be
wake your drunk ass up.
Now. Yeah. Thank you for letting me have a say there, brother. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Tiara, hey. Yeah, if we played Texas right now, we'll beat them fuckers. So we ain't worried about the past is a past, as y'all like to say. The past is a past. So don't worry about the past because we got 18. So that's the past. So okay, whoop de do fucking do, like y'all want to do. So y'all want to claim 2 or 3. Why do y'all claim 3? I think how you fucking claim 3 when you play 2 goddamn teams that shouldn't have been in the goddamn playoffs to begin with. That shouldn't have been there. Okay, so there you go. So that's what we're talking about. This goddamn committee that ain't worth a fuck.
Exactly.
We've showed you right here why these teams shouldn't even be up there where they're at. They shouldn't even be there. It's bullshit. Michigan, they've had the easiest goddamn non-power 5 schedule for 2 years now. What the hell? There's my what the hell tonight, so go ahead, y'all fellas. I mean, we're past time, so you want to shut her down? What do you want to do, last words or whatever? So,
all right, let's do that. Let's go last words.
Okay.
I hate to do it, but guys, y'all, and it's not William and it's not AT. Is I work and I have got to get ready to go to work in the morning, so don't blame them. It is me. But yeah, we'll go. Final words. Who you want to go first?
Well, it doesn't matter. AT or whoever wants to go. You or whichever.
I'll go out. Guys, it's been a good show. I liked it. Loved it. Loved your passion tonight, both of y'all. Anyways, this is Thursday. Okay. We will be back Saturday with a pick'em show. Y'all catch us at 10:30, 9:30 Central. 10:30 Eastern. It's getting really, really good. And I got my suspicions on that thing. And catch us Saturday. We'll probably just come on at night. Just ain't no sense of coming in the mid-afternoon. Everybody still watches football. So Saturday night, probably about 8 o'clock.
Eastern.
Central? You want to go Eastern? No, let's go Eastern. We'll go 9 Eastern. 8 against Central. Anyways. For Saturday night and Sunday at 10. No, it's at 12. 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Central. Catch the barbershop, and we'll be turning the tables again right back to Tuesday. Y'all catch the Horsemen on Tuesday nights, 7 Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. Tap that out. Tap that out, baby. Like, leave a comment, whatever you want to do, but please like the shows. And we're trying to get more subscribers. Thank you, chat room. We hit 100. I picked at them a little bit today, but yes, sir, we do appreciate it. We've been on almost 2.5 months, and we've got 100 already. So we are going to keep growing, we hope. And we thank you guys for that. Okay. That's about all I got. I could really say something else and get you stirred up again, but keep your blood pressure kind of low. Thank you, guys. Thank you to the chat room. Roll Tide to all of y'all. I didn't get to say it to everybody. See there. See,
Now,
look here.
now,
Look here. Look here.
what's that?
It just got fired up.
Well,
Man, I'm sorry. And I really hate to stop a good show. I really do. Guys, thank y'all. Thank y'all for putting up with me. I'll catch y'all later. Roll Tide. Y'all keep on going.
Now it is going to be close now, Icebox. I want to tell you, your Saturday morning is going to be close to our game because it's going to be at 11 Central. So that is.
Then you better get your picks in quick. That's
Get
all
'em
I'm going to
done.
say.
So, AT, you want to go ahead and give your last word now? Or
Yeah, that's fine. Fandom only goes so far. Still what you're doing. These last couple of games Alabama's played against Tennessee at Bryant-Denny and LSU at Bryant-Denny, the fans went out of their damn mind. Y'all done wonderful. Y'all done absolutely great. I'm proud of you. That's the loudest I've heard Bryant-Denny in a long time. I mean, absolutely, guys. Y'all stood up, showed out, and y'all made a difference in the game. At the game. So the game, that's when fandom can really start. Right now, we're just talking. We can't help the game. But when you're there, raise mortal hell and try to get to the Auburn game. If you can get a ticket, get up there and let's put some seats, put some crimson butts in their seats up there and let's get rid of some of that voodoo and let's do better than they can. And let's finish our season strong with a big Roll Tide. Mr. William, go ahead, sir.
yeah, and if you got any saves there to come there and go on the field beforehand, that would be great. Y'all just come on there with your crimson on your shirts there and just go around the field blowing that smoke there all around there with that sage lit there. Yes, if you will. Take care of all that there. So, yeah, I mean, TR, you got something standing in your way right here of a three-peat. It ain't going to happen, man.
Amen, brother.
Say about that. So, there you go. It ain't going to happen this year. Not the way y'all been playing, and y'all just barely beat them that we got to face yet. Barely. So, we're going to make a statement there. I feel it in my bones right here, because the hot rod says so.
That's right.
You don't bring a machine gun, or you don't throw rocks at somebody that's got a machine gun, okay? And we got the machine gun on our team. We sure do. They're locked, cocked, and loaded tonight. So there you go this year. So that's what I got to say. And y'all come in and join Icebox's deal there on Saturday morning.
Pick 'em.
9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern, and we're going to do our pick'ems there. And somebody's going to win that $400. I want to give it to the let's fund the broken headsets, but that hadn't happened so far, so it might all just go to me. So, that's yet to be seen because, hey, our team's been balling out. What has yours done there to the right of Alabama? What has yours done? Against nobody's. Okay? So, there we go. And if you will, Icebox, bring it on. I know you got to get in the bed, so let's bring the man on there. The greatest of all time. Here he is.
You've got to be better in all three areas of life. which of course are spiritual, mental, and physical. You must be able to discipline yourself. If you don't learn but one thing out of football, it'll be worthwhile. There's certain sacrifices that you will have to make. There are going to be many sacrifices you have to make in later life. To fight. Oh, I don't mean fist fight. I mean to get up and come back and get up and come back and get up and come back again after you've been knocked down. And that could happen to you in later life. But if it does, you're going to know how to handle it. There's no one that ever has or ever will accomplish anything alone. I've read about self-made men. That's Tommy rot, as far as I'm concerned. I don't even know how to define intangibles. And I know that if you learn these lessons, you'll have it. And if you have it, you'll win, and you'll be better prepared in those 3 areas of life that we've been talking about. That there are going to be times for everyone that you're going to get discouraged. But if you never lose sight of your objective and never give up on yourself, if we do that as a team, 11 at the time, 4 years from now, why, we'll be walking out of here as national champion.